Now let's talk to someone who has seen the Indian economy undergo through the massive change and has seen the Indian capital market sort of rise up and salute that as well. We have Ramesh Damani, veteran of the Indian capital markets, joining in on this somber morning. Thank you so much for being with us, Mr. Damani. You know, we've been asking from Dr. Raghuram Rajan to Dr. Subbarao what their reflections have been on the greatest legacy of Dr. Manmohan Singh. I'll put that same question to you. Your thoughts?
Yeah, thank you. You're right. It's a very somber morning, and it's a bittersweet morning because a lot of the India we are experiencing today is thanks directly to the work that Dr. Singh did as finance minister starting in 1992. In fact, if you recall his economic speech on the budget, he was a French essayist, philosopher, and poet when he said, "No power on earth can stop an idea whose time has come." And the idea he was referring to was of India rise in the global high table. And 30 years later, as you look back at his life and legacy, it's exactly what he did. The kind of reforms that he introduced, scrap the license laws, move to liberalization, reduce income tax rates, reduce the duties on imports. Extraordinary amount of changes that happened only under his penmanship as finance minister. So when we look back at his legacy, it will be one of the more profound legacies. And I think, to paraphrase Winston Churchill, never in the history of Indian economic consequences so few and so much for so many. I think Dr. Manmohan Singh is that legacy.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mr. Damani. I was a cub reporter in '91. I joined a month before that marathon budget or that revolutionary budget. How was stock markets before and after the Singh budget? And what can you say of the markets in the 90s and in the 2000s when he came back as Prime Minister?
Yeah, I mean, to date you exactly, that's the date. That was the first budget that he penned, where I quoted all those things for you. It was an extraordinary budget. I mean, the index was, I think, a few thousand points, Sensex, on its way to 4,500, the first great bull run of the Indian stock market. 80,000. The Securities and Exchange Board of India was nominated under his finance ministership at that time. He just played such an important role in the development of our capital markets. More importantly, he was the first FM to disinvest PSUs in the early 90s. And today the market is bull run is being led by PSUs. So there's a string of economic legacy that history will have to judge what took place. But I have no doubt that when the chapter of Indian economic reform is written, the first and the most important chapter will be devoted to what Manmohan Singh unlocked for this economy.
Absolutely, sir. I wish we could get you on a clearer note, but thank you very much for those initial tributes. We will, of course, continue through the day and hope to get you on a better line and maybe on a Zoom call as well. I know everyone's far away in their holidays. Thank you very much for joining us.